welcome to Sarah Yoga. I am Sarah and this is our little friend Nala. Today we'll start our day off with a gentle heart-opening morning practice. So backbends are known to be heart openers and energizing and invigorating, so we'll move through a series of those. You don't need anything else but yourself and your mat, so grab that and let's dive right in. So we'll start here in a seat, starting to deepen the breath, maybe close the eyes for a few moments, take a couple rounds of inhales and exhales. You can feel the chest lift up, push the back of the head in space, feel your spine nice and aligned and long. Take a nice big breath in with me. And then through the mouth, let it go. And we'll do that again. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Let's add the shoulders to this. Inhale. Exhale, release the shoulders down. Let's start to circle the shoulders. Inhale, up, around. Exhale, down and back. Again, deep breath in. Exhale, carry it down and back. Push down into your sits bones. Get higher through the spine as you push down to lift up. Exhale, rolling it down and back. So now we're going to add the arms and the hands. And just take your arms straight out in front of you here and start to roll the shoulders down and back. Lift up through the neck. Inhale, kind of crunch your shoulders up purposefully, and then exhale, draw them down and back. So we're gonna start to move almost like a cat-cow. Inhale, arching through the front of the throat. And then exhale, scoop the belly in now and start to round and really reach forward, chin to chest. Let's do that again. Inhale, peeling open the front of the chest, shoulders down. Exhale, round, chin to chest. We'll clasp the hands now. Flip those palms out. Inhale, kind of roll open. Exhale, push forward and round. This time as we roll open, take the arms all the way up. And then exhale, round. Nice, let that go. Let's come around right into all fours, hands and knees. Spread those palms nice and wide. Now finding our regular cat-cow here. Inhale, roll it open. Exhale, round, tuck the chin. This next one you might rock forward a little bit on the inhale. And then exhale, maybe rock back towards your heels, really rounding. And then take your fingers and just turn them out slightly, feeling the shoulder blades come onto the back. And we'll do that once more. Inhale, really actively pulling the arms apart. Exhale, push the heels of the hands down, chin to chest. Let's do it one more time just to get the feeling of those turned out fingers. Exhale, roll. Take your fingers, turn them back forward so that middle finger is pointing forward. Tuck your toes underneath you, and now we'll pick up our knees 1 inch away from the mat, hovering here. So building a little bit of heat, see if you can reach the heart forward, look down, back of the head is pushing up, tailbone hugging down. So you can choose to stay here, breathing. This is challenging enough, especially in the morning, or maybe add a couple of those cat-cows with the knees up. Inhale, exhale, round. Again, deep breath in. Exhale, round. Maybe just one more for good measure. Exhale, round. And then from here, we're all gonna lift up, downward facing dog. So in your downward dog, again, you might turn your fingertips slightly outward kind of feeling this more in the upper back and the shoulder blades. Put a bend in your knees, deeply bend into your knees and pick up your heels. And then feel the arms pull apart, the shoulders pull down and away from your ears. Feel the shoulder blades on the back, and then push back into your hands and lengthen out those arms. Let your head drop down. Take a nice big breath in, almost like you're finding a tiny little back bend in your upper spine here, arching the heart forward. Take one more inhale. And then on your exhale, see if you can keep all of this, but lower your heels down. Shoulder blades on the back, wide and like you're isometrically pulling the arms apart. And then feel your inner thighs kind of roll in, lift your inner groins up and back. One more breath in. And then exhale. And then we'll make our way up to the top of the mat. Heel toe those feet all the way up. Feet are about hip width distance apart here. Just give yourself a release. Bend the knees, let your head drop down. Release through that upper spine, your upper thoracic, your cervical spine, and the neck. Feel the nape of the neck kind of unwind. You can shake your head out a bit. Maybe take a breath in, through the mouth, let it go. So let's roll it up one vertebrae at a time, like a rag doll. Take it up nice and slow. And as you come up, we're just gonna find the hands onto the lower back and push the fingertips, or point the fingertips downward, and then start to push the heels of the hands in. So much that your elbows squeeze towards one another. So it's a good idea to look down at your feet and just make sure your feet are about hip width distance apart here. And then find that position again as you pull the elbows back and really exaggerate this poofing out of your chest. Put a little bend in your knees here. Push down into your heels, lengthen the legs, and then continue to push as you pinch the elbows together. So imagine that you're maybe squeezing a block in between the thighs, activating those inner thighs, rolling the inner thighs back towards the wall behind you. The chin can go up if it's okay with your neck. Just one more inhale here, belly hugs in. And the navel, and we're gonna come all the way up. So right away, let's take ourselves into a warrior two pose. Place your front foot, your right foot, about right in the center of your mat, and then step it back. Back heel in line with that, or I'm sorry, front heel in line with that back arch. Warrior two. Feel the inner thighs hug together. Feel that lifting out of the spine. Feel the heart roll open. So this pose naturally is a heart opener, right? Warrior stance. Can feel the energy moving out through the fingertips. If you can, track that front knee over the pinky side edge of your toe and really hug the heels isometrically together as you might sink the hips down a little bit more. Roll open, shoulder blades on the back, back of the neck long. Spread your fingertips so it's maybe the morning. Let's energize. Imagine what you want to see or happen for the rest of your day. Invite that intention, that energy into your day. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. You're gonna stay here for a moment longer. You got it. Take the arms up. And then almost like you're doing a pull-up, right? Start to bend the elbows out to the side. Lifting that chin up and over. Feel the shoulder blades on the back. Continue to pull the belly in slightly. And then inhale, maybe sink a little bit deeper. You should take the arms all the way back up. Exhale, we'll do that again. Rolling it open. One more time. 3 is the magic number. Exhale. Peel it open. And then open it back up to warrior two. That's a plane flying overhead. I happen to live right next to the Burbank airport. So we're gonna straighten out that front leg. and push into the outer edge of the back heel. Coming now into our Trikonasana pose. And on your inhale, bump your left hip back. Reach forward, reach forward. So there's a little micro bend in that knee, and then come down. So you can use a block, you can use your shin for a little bit of resistance to push into. Feel the shoulder blades, again, hug onto your back. Push your head back in space, widen here. Nice big inhale. Again, inviting that energy into your day. And then exhale, release. Hands come up to your hips. And then we're just gonna switch sides. So we're gonna swivel up and over. And we'll sink it back down into our warrior two on the left side. So again, just take your time. Find your setup. Front heel in line with that arch. Feel that isometric pull, so it's very energizing. You're lifting up from the ground, and then this whole upper body is sort of free and light. Take the arms out, spread the fingers. Take a couple rounds of breath here. And then on your inhale, we're gonna take those arms up. Again, finding your pull up. Peel it open. Take it up. Inhale, maybe sink the hips down a little bit more. Exhale, pull isometrically, the heels together, the shoulder blades together. Last time, inhale. Exhale, roll open through the heart. Release. Lengthen out those arms. Lengthen out that left leg. Start to bump the right hip back in space. So before you just kind of drop down here, find lift, find length, reach forward, and then keep that length. It's almost like trying to keep the left side body as long as the right. Trikonasana, once you find that resistance or whatever you're pushing into, come back open through the heart. Breathe here. See if you can roll your left sit bone underneath you. So this is a natural heart opener. Shoulder blades pinching slightly together on the back. Can feel this energy from fingertips to fingertips across the line of your heart center. One more inhale, and then exhale. Whew, release. So just kind of step, hop those feet back together. Let's rinse it out. One deep breath in, reach all the way up. And then on your exhale, feet can be together or hip width distance apart. Slow dive all the way forward. And when the hands come down, we're gonna take it back down onto our hands and our knees. And we'll find a couple more rounds of those cat-cow. So it's your choice. You can pick up your knees or not. Maybe finding a little bit more heat this morning. And at the bottom of that third exhale, take it up and back, downward facing dog. Again, you might bend your knees. You might feel the arms pull apart, shoulder blades on the back. You might even turn the fingers slightly outward. Actively pull the arms apart. Put a bend really deep into the knees, and then tilt your pelvis up and back. Feel the inner thighs roll up and back. Drag those heels down. Inhale. Exhale, pull forward into plank pose. So you might have to walk your feet back. Roll open through the heart, tailbone down, shoulder blades on the back. You can keep those fingers turned outward and isometrically push down as you pull apart. Feel the shoulders widen across the back. Take a breath in, and then exhale nice and slow. We're gonna come all the way down. Knees can stay up or down, coming down to the belly. So we'll take one round of back bends here in our baby cobra or lotus position. So we're going to start by sweeping the arms back in space. Push through the tops of the toes so the knees lift off the ground. And then when you're ready, on your inhale, start to feel the shoulder blades come together on the back. Eventually you'll pick up your head. So imagine that you're pushing the back of the head up in space. Option here, maybe clasp your hands behind the tailbone. Actively pull the hands apart. Option here, keep the feet down or lift them up. Find your breath. Legs are active wherever they are. Feel those inner thighs lift and roll up and back. One more inhale. And then exhale. Release. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Push up. Exhale, take it all the way back. And we're going to swivel around here and make our way onto our back. We'll move through one last series of back bends on our back. We can find a couple different variations of our bridge pose, making our way all the way maybe up into that full wheel pose. So first we're just going to start with those feet underneath the knees, and you can walk them in as close as you can get to your sits bones. You might even graze the back of your heels with your fingertips. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up towards the sky. And then like we've been doing, kind of pushing or rolling the shoulders back, we're gonna push the back of the shoulder heads into the mat. Push, maybe move your hair out of the way, push the back of your head back into the mat. And already feel that curvature in your upper spine. You might even feel a curve in your low spine as your tailbone draws down. So just for a moment, flatten out your low back, but see if you can continue to push into the shoulders. And then when you're ready, push into the heels and take this all the way up through those hips. Chin up, push back into the shoulders, and then can you actively feel the shoulders pull apart? Breathing here. So option, you can stay here with the hands, continuing to lift the hips up, feeling those inner thighs kind of wrap down and in. Or you can take the hands for full bridge pose and clasp them underneath you. Maybe rolling the shoulders a little bit deeper, pushing up through the heels, rolling the inner thighs down, chin up, pulling your shoulders apart. And then finally, if you want to take it one more step, you'll walk the hands towards your ears, push into the heels, chin up. Take your time, roll onto the top of the head first, and then push into the hands. Feel the shoulder blades come together on the back. And then from there, maybe lift all the way up. So you can turn your fingertips slightly outward. Lengthen the tailbone down towards your knees. And isometrically pull your heart forward towards your fingertips. One more inhale wherever you are. And then exhale, nice and slow. And bring ourselves all the way down. So just walk those feet as wide as your mat. And we're gonna take a couple windshield wipers here. Opening up the hips. Maybe let your head rock in the opposite direction of the knees. Check back in with your breath. Maybe one hand over the heart, one hand over the belly. And then to set ourselves up for our final shavasana, just roll off to the side. We're going to use our mat as one last heart opener. So you're going to take your mat and roll it. Roll it to You have just about, I don't know, it's about 3 inches, so not a lot. Don't want this to be super thick, because the thicker it is, the more intense the heart opener it will be. And for our shavasana, we don't want to go crazy. We want to find a spot that we can soften into and let the body kind of digest everything here. So we're going to scooch and find, so the top of the arm should line up, the bottom of the arm should line up with the top of the mat. So that T shape comes right over the mat. So I'm kind of at the wall here. So I can't really get the full experience and lengthen out both arms. But you get the idea, right? Both arms are out into that T shape. If you really want to find a deeper opening, you can find cactus arms and bend at the elbows. Really finding that sweet spot. So a couple of options. You might just let the knees fall in towards one another, or you can lengthen out those legs. So we're going to use this as our last and final pose today. Letting our breath slow down. Letting it become more easeful. So that really is the practice, even when we're trying to find these technical alignment cues. Can we return always back to this art of easefulness in the body, in the mind, in the heart? So please stay here for at least a minute if you have a schedule that allows for more today. Stay here for as long as you need. But I will sign off and leave you in that shavasana. Thank you very much for joining me today. Let me know your feedback if you liked or benefited from this at all. I'd really love to hear your feedback. Thanks again, and I will see you next time on XSarah Yoga. Namaste.